And so I managed to wash the car finally because we are ready for a long journey. Today is gonna be the last episode of Merlin. This teaming is shit, and of course we're gonna drive all the way up north to visit the last Merlin park that we haven't covered. Of course, we're talking about ALTON Towers. So, see you there, but in the meantime, subscribe. Let's go. And today we are in ALTON Towers for the last episode, and finally we are in the biggest and most famous park in the UK. We're gonna see those iconic roller coasters, and we're gonna check out again all the teaming, looking for containers, from bits and bobs from the dump, from nets and galvanized metal sheet. And I know there is a lot here. So let's start the last episode of this series looking around ALTON Towers. And obviously, let's start with Nemesis, the one that kicked off the whole Merlin teaming. That's Nemesis Subterra. In Forbidden Valley, of course, there is Nemesis. We are now gonna make a coherent team, and also for Galactica, there is Nemesis Subterra. There is a new flat ride coming. Of course, it's a kind of military vibes, and it makes complete sense, the use of containers, of galvanized metal sheet and all that. To be honest, they spend a lot of money, because here you can see an helicopter. But again, it's a typical use of 5 elements here, there and everywhere. But this area is gonna look amazing once we're gonna have a flat ride. Actually, let's go and have a look. Yeah, I've never been there before. And here we are in front of Project Ocean building site, which is going to be a suspended top spin, same as Talocan. We are, of course, in the Nemesis area. And everyone kind of jumped to conclusion, same as Hyperia and Voltron, saying, well, it's going to be Talocan also in terms of theming. But here, of course, it's going to be in the liking and the style of Nemesis, but I think it's not going to get anywhere near the award-winning Talocan. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm here in front of Talocan because the same as Hyperia, someone dared to compare this one to the new top spin in ALTON Towers. Now, let's keep it clear and straightforward. The manufacturer is the same, the model is the same, but the teaming is going to be done by the theme park. And here we are in front of an award-winning top spin teamed by Phantasialand that has been winning awards for the soundtrack, for the teaming, for the special effects, and so on and so on. The manufacturer is going to do exactly the same hardware, but then Merlin is going to team in. So don't even hope or dream about getting something like this one. The one done by Merlin is going to be teamed with metal sheets, with scrapyard cars, a container if you're lucky, but that's about it. And the comparison between Talocan and the new ALTON Towers top spin will be really interesting, because it's going to prove black and white how the skills and the budget of one, or the lack of skills and the lack of budget of the other one, are going to have an impact on the final result. Probably in this case quite dramatically. And we are now in X sector. We're going to find and check out Smiler and Oblivion. And you remember we talked a lot about inconsistencies. This is the Oblivion exit. Here in X sector, where the Smiler was meant to be a psychiatric hospital, the station in theory, and then there is Oblivion. You can see a lot of Merlin usual elements like barbed wire, metal sheet, concrete, especially in the Smiler, there is a lot of concrete. Definitely Merlin teaming. We are now in Dark Forest and we're gonna check out Rita and 13. The Dark Forest, again, is a typical example of Merlin theming. It's plenty of scaffolding of galvanized metal sheet. There are blankets and cloths all over the place. 13th Station is really like the quintessential representation of this way of doing theming. But to be honest, I've seen something similar somewhere else. Where was it? And here we are in Phantasialand in Klugen. We're building some extra theming. But if you look closely, you can see scaffolding and this covering canvas. It really looks like the station of 13, but this is a building site. And to understand how theming is important, you need to visit a park like this one, Europa Park, that has been awarded as best theme park in the world for 8 years in a row. Everything is so immersive, so nicely put together, that it's gonna change completely your experience in a theme park. There is no point in making any comparison with Merlin, but just for the sake of it, let's check one out. This is Pegasus. It's a simple family coaster, but look at how themed it is.
Takten alla fullfest hela dagen. Mjöl från livets grottekvarn. Fullfest hela dagen.
So just to put it in context, Pegasus is known to be the worst themed attraction in Europa Park. But it's actually themed as any Merlin attraction, actually as any big Merlin attraction. So that's the last episode of the series. We might have extra episodes from Germany or in case of new attractions openings, and of course it's gonna happen. But thank you very much for following this series. More to come, and of course subscribe.